Okay, welcome everybody to day 2 of Google Chrome. So we just watched a video that had some number of power tips. How many?
6.
6 or 7, it's not clear how many there were. We're supposed to get an extra bonus one at the end. I'm not sure whether we did. But those are stored on our library, the school's library in YouTube, which everybody should subscribe to. So you'll have that. That was a good short video on Google Chrome tips. Today we are going to tackle getting Google Chrome configured properly. And like I said before the movie, the key thing that we're trying to accomplish is to use Google Chrome in a professional way. Everybody else out there uses Google Chrome in an amateur way, meaning they don't do it for a livelihood. Our goal is to get everybody here to be at the professional level that we use Google apps. These apps that we use them in a way to make money in our job. You know, that we are professional people, that we know how to use the cloud as professionals. So we want to use Google Chrome that way. And the key thing about Google Chrome is it can be configured quite a bit. You can have apps on it, you can have your bookmark bar, you have your extensions on there, and so all of the things that you do regularly should be incorporated or attached in through Chrome. So when you sit down at your machine, you have all of the stuff that you need for business there. Calculators, dictionaries, websites that you go to a lot, different applications that you go to a lot, Twitter, Facebook, social media stuff. Everything is there, easy to get to, very fast, very quick. And when you go to work, when you get employed, and if part of being employed is to help them move to the cloud, to help your employer move to the cloud, the more professional you are, the better. And then the more professional you make that corporation, they are going to be extremely more professional and extremely more productive, extremely more profitable, because they will be able to collaborate, have better access to customers, have more control over all of their records and files. And so that's where the world is moving. And Chrome, remember we said yesterday, is the doorway to the internet. You can't get to the internet on your computer unless you're going through an internet browser. We like and we teach Chrome because it's made by Google, and the other apps we have are Google. So it's important that you learn how to configure Chrome. So it's not just doing it, following instructions and doing it, but to practice doing it, keep improving it, keep adding stuff, get rid of stuff, so that you know how to do Chrome, because you're not going to help anybody where you go to work if you can't do it yourself. Okay? Now, the first thing we need to do is go into settings. Now, before everybody does that, Matt, can you tell us how to get into settings? Okay, you start by clicking the 3 parallel bars in the upper right-hand corner, and then what? Then click on Settings. And your page should look like this, what I have on the screen. What is on the screen? Okay? It should look like that.
Well,
somewhat similar.
I look similar, but I ain't looking.
Well, you don't have these because yours isn't set up. And even when yours is set up, it's not going to look like mine. Why?
Because you have more stuff on custom.
No, because I'm not you.
Yeah,
We all have our own custom settings.
Okay, everybody's going to have different stuff. Now, here's a little note. I keep talking about professional, but if you see down on the bottom, it has users. I have 4 users on there. That's where you put your personal stuff. If you want to be playing games during the day, you set up a personal user. You don't do it on your professional. To set up another user, you need to have another Gmail account. Okay, to set up another user, you need to have another Gmail account. You can't use a Yahoo account to set up another user in Google Chrome.
It's gotta be another Gmail.
Correct. All right, but we're not down to that part yet. We're at the very top. And the very top is sign in. Now, read the first line to yourself. It should say signed in as your name. If it doesn't have your name there, you need to click the button on the left that says disconnect. How many people does it have your name in there?
It says my Gmail address.
Okay, LTCLV?
Yeah.
Okay. Cody, what about you? Same thing. Okay. Keanu, what is yours now? Okay, Nick, can you help Cody? I mean, Keanu. Okay. So it's the very top. Your page should look like this, Keanu. It should say signed in as.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it says ITCLV counted.
Okay, good. Who here in Las Vegas is it not signed in as you?
So you're signed in?
Yeah, just signed it in.
Okay.
Okay. How about you, Otis?
I'm signed.
Sign in as you.
Uh-huh.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So that is very good. In the past, we would have people signed in as the person who had the machine before them. And so I guess, Rob, you're disconnecting when you get people set up?
Delete the users.
Okay, so when you go to another computer, just because you sign into Gmail, it's not going to sign you into Chrome. So here, the reason all new people have it as your name is because Rob signed you in. New
Thank you,
people.
Rob.
New people. Jamie, you're not new.
I know what he's
So
saying.
the new people. Okay? When you go to another machine or when you get on your machine at home, it might not be signed into you. Over on the top right where it has name, it might say you. You know, when you're signed in, it will show you your name in the upper right when you're on a Google app. So if it says you, that doesn't mean Jamie Beto. That means it doesn't know who it is. Okay, so when you get to a computer for the first time, when you get to your work computer, you download Chrome, you install Chrome as your default browser. The next thing is you go into settings and you want to sign in as your Gmail name. If they are using Gmail, if you get them to move and use Google as their the platform that they use for all of their internet stuff, like the school does, if you get them to do that, then it would be you would sign in as your school name. So I don't sign in as e.bevelach with Gmail. I sign in e.bevelach with Gladys Business Course because we have a paid Google account. So when you go to work, they're either going to be using Gmail, Google, or they're not. If they're not using Google, then you have to make sure you have a Gmail account to sign into.
Would that be the time to talk about the going that way because
You started talking to them about it when you got hired.
Yeah.
Okay, or when you got interviewed.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, again, that's kind of overkill, but it is essential that you are signed in with your Gmail account. Okay, what is the next section called, Justin? On startup. Now, everybody's on startup. The bottom one should be clicked.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, let's click where it says set pages.
Okay.
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 click on
Google Plus and Calendar.
Okay, and yours should be set to do Google Plus and Calendar. Those should be the two things that launch. Whenever you open Chrome, it should launch Google Plus and your calendar.
Uh-huh.
Now you can have it launch more things if you want, but at least have it launch Google Plus and your calendar.
Wouldn't it be good to have your maps on there too?
If you use Maps all the time.
Okay, only if you use it all. Okay.
Okay, now, whose does not say Google Plus and calendar. Okay. Now, everyone else does? Google Plus and calendar? Huh? What? Okay. So here's the easiest way to do that. Go up to your tabs and
So you open another new tab?
if whatever tabs that you have. So what tabs do you have open right now? Not open. What tabs do you have set up on yours?
I just got the Google Plus and the calendar.
Okay, so see, I have Administrator, Google Plus, Gmail, Synergize, and this. So if you don't have calendar, so for J, you would open a new tab and go to your calendar.
Where's that supposed to be
I
at?
have Google Calendar up there.
Okay?
You open a new tab and go to calendar. Then you drag the Omni box up to the tab.
No, you don't need to drag it to the box.
Yeah, Gmail.
All you need to do is if you have the tabs that you want set up there,
Yeah.
if the tabs that you have are set up
Okay.
there, all you need to do is click the button in the lower left that says Use Current Pages.
Okay, great.
Okay, so while you're in settings, you can set your tabs to the ones you want.
You hit okay when you do that, or
It won't set the setting page, you'll just do the two.
you hit okay?
Correct. Okay?
You hit okay when you drag it in there?
Well, if you drag it in there, you would hit OK. Otherwise, you just click the button that says Use Current Pages. And you make sure that your tabs are set and you have the tabs that you want.
Okay, so you,
That's the easiest way to do it. Because then you don't have to worry about dragging, you don't have to worry about typing it in the box. It's just,
On the URL, where it says in the URL,
yeah,
it actually, when you start typing the first three letters, it'll come up and just.
okay. So that's because you have a setting that's a predictive thing. When you start typing, Google tries to figure out what you're doing.
Yeah.
So we're going to make sure that that's set for everybody. So that's a good point that Nick
It
brought
goes
up.
wildfire history too.
Huh?
It goes wildfire history too.
Okay. Okay, so now everybody should have it so that your on startup, it always launches specific pages that you need, that you use the most frequently. Here's an important little side note. If you're in your browser and you go to Gmail, then you switch to another tab, you don't need to launch Gmail again. Just click on the tab. We have a recurring thing here, right, Rob, where people keep opening new tabs for the same application. Okay, not a good idea. You don't need 52 instances of Gmail running just because you keep switching back and forth off of Gmail. You don't need to relaunch it. Just click on the tab. Okay? So the point is, with the computers that we have here, really you shouldn't have more than maybe 6 tabs open at one time. And you shouldn't need to have a lot of more than 6 tabs open at any one time. Maybe occasionally you will, and when you go to your work, when you get your position, they should have a computer that's at least this good or better. If they have nice new computers, then you could have more tabs open. They will probably have a lot of high-speed internet. Okay, now the next thing is appearance. So yesterday there was a question of how do we change the theme. What I want to remind you again is this is for professional. Okay, this is not personal. People judge you based upon appearances, based upon all the little things you do. That is how we are genetically programmed. Going back to the beginning, it's, is this person a threat or a non-threat? And so we can't help it. We judge things that we see. Good, bad, harmful, not harmful, etc. So if you have the habit of having themes that are not professional, that's going to get you in the first response is going to be not professional, then people are going to perceive you as not professional. And you might be very professional, but if you're perceived as not professional, now you're having to dig your way out and change people's impressions. Yes, Malika.
You're talking about the things like on our background and
Yeah.
stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like our desktop?
Well, this is just in Chrome, but it applies also to your desktop in Windows. Okay?
So you don't get
Assume that when you go to work, especially in the first 30 days, just be like what they want you to be like.
Even their Facebook, they look at Facebooks and stuff now too.
Exactly. Okay? People want to know what you're like. Be professional. Now, you can have a theme on your personal user here. That's as wild and crazy as you want. But again, if your employer sees that, they are going to form opinions.
You don't get a second chance or a first opinion.
Correct. That is absolutely correct. You only get one chance to make a first impression. Okay, so get themes. Now,
Okay.
here,
How do you do that?
you click the button that says Get Themes
Click get.
under Appearance.
Where's that at?
You're in Settings. The third major group down says Appearance. Justin, could you give me a hand, please?
Yeah, I don't think I'm a problem.
Okay. So make sure your home button is checked, and make sure the always show the bookmarks bar is checked.
See,
Because-
it's gotta be professional.
In a professional way, acting as a professional, you're going to want to have all kinds of things on your bookmark bar. Could be websites, could be applications, it could be documents, it could be forms. Anything that is accessible through the internet can go on your bookmarks bar. Just doesn't have to be things like Facebook. So for the new students that don't have the poetry book, on the drive, so this is Otis, Jay, Keanu, Justin doesn't have his yet. Who else doesn't have a poetry book? You got one, Marion. Marion, I know we gave you one.
I didn't get one.
You got one about a month ago. Who thinks Marion got one?
No.
Not everyone got one.
Yeah.
Marion didn't get them the first time, but she came up this 2 weeks later.
Oh, the poetry book?
Marion said she didn't get one. So, that's because you don't come on Fridays.
Okay, can I ask you a question? What if you want to put in custom themes? Where would you do that?
I don't know.
Click by Google?
So
Now-
what kind of professional?
Okay, so
Elaborate on the
on-
professional.
on the drive, we have the memorization book. It's on the drive.
Yeah.
So you can open it in the drive and then drag it down to the bookmarks bar. And
Okay.
anytime you want to see something in the book, Jay, you just click on the icon in the bookmarks bar, it opens the book,
Oh, okay.
and there you go.
I haven't got to that stage.
So on
It's okay.
the professional team, you like scenery or something? Or?
Well, professional theme, we can probably start with, if you have something identifying with the company you're working for, they would consider that professional.
Well, mine didn't change themes. I put get theme. And then did it.
Okay. Google works, so if it doesn't work, that means you forgot to do one step or more. Okay. Next is search. Now, what I want everybody to do is click on the button that says Manage Search Engines,
Okay, so forget about.
and your search should say Google. It should say Google, okay? Don't put these other things on there. It's not that they don't work, it's just we want this thing to be optimized for Google. That's like saying if you have a, $120,000 car and it says use premium gas, and you say, well, I want it to save 15 cents a gallon, so I'm going to use the cheap gas. That's not the right way to do it. It's not a good idea. Okay, now my guess is most people have many things in their default search settings.
I don't see anything.
And
We just
so
want Google.
when you push that button that I pushed, it should look like this. It just should say Google and nothing else.
I'm sorry, Director, can you go back? Okay, we're at the users.
No, we're not at users.
We're at default browser?
Yes,
Okay, what
we're
about,
at search.
on the bottom, it says other search engines, and I got like 2 of them in there, I didn't get in there, how do you get rid of them?
Well, if you put your pointer over them,
Yeah,
a little thing, an X will show up on the right.
okay.
Mine says, okay, default browser. It says the default browser is currently Google Chrome.
Okay, but the button to the right of that is the one I want you to click.
Yeah, well, mine says YouTube video search, I wanna take that off.
Okay, so when it says, oops. Okay, so when you are on manage search engines,
Other search engines.
on both of them, when you push manage search engines, this box pops up.
Yeah,
Okay, now, it's either going to be empty like mine, or there's going to be a lot of them in there. If there are a lot, delete them.
delete on the other search engines,
Correct.
not on. the-
Now, what a lot of people do, we have it happen all the time, and Rob will confirm this in a minute, is they start downloading stuff from the internet onto their machines. And those things want you to download other things, right, Rob?
Mhm.
And so people start downloading stuff, and it has other bookmark bars and search bars and all of this stuff, and then they do something like they want to get into Brain Rush, and all of a sudden it's hard to do Brain Rush because they got all this other junk happening. Okay? Just leave it as Google default. Yes.
So is it alright if I keep Bing on there?
No, don't have Bing. So now, here's the thing to remember. Okay, so Nick asked a good question. Is it okay to have Bing? On these machines, it's not okay to have Bing. It's not okay to have anything other than Google. Okay, when you have your machine, you can do what you want, but we don't want to spend time that people have all of this other stuff they're doing. We're not teaching Bing, we're not teaching Microsoft, or Internet Explorer, or Firefox, or Safari, or any other search engine.
Yahoo's got to go too.
Yes, the only thing that should be there is Google.
Okay, so how do I delete it?
You put your cursor, Scott, how does Otis delete these other search things?
You put your cursor on top of where it says other search engines, like say if it says Redbox or YouTube, just put your cursor on top of it and you'll see a little thing comes up, a little box, make
Like it's
ball,
done thing?
right next to it's an
Oh,
X.
no.
Now remember here, everybody, this is all for one and one for all. If one person decides they're going to do their program, then everybody is going to have to deal with it. Okay, so if we don't have internet because some people don't want to go with the school program, that's going to affect everyone. Okay, this is very important. We're not saying on your machine, don't do what you want. If you like Bing, okay, you are entitled to like what you like. Okay, but this is about Google. This would be like being in a French class and always wanting to speak Chinese. Okay? Okay, we aren't doing
Don't like it
Chinese.
on your computer.
We're doing Google, and we're doing it in a professional way. Now we'll move to the next section.
Users. Is this where we
The
sign
next
up?
section is users. So here, everyone has the opportunity, except people at Casa Grande.
So we're going to what now?
Everyone has the opportunity to have another Gmail and set up another user.
Okay. Well, I want to add another user.
Okay, so you have to have another Gmail
So
account.
can we put is our obligation a Gmail address?
No, that's a forwarding to this
It has to be
Gmail.
Google.
All right,
It
good.
has to be Gmail.
I will make a Gmail address later.
Okay, so everyone here can have a personal account on Chrome, other than Casa Grande, other than Dave and Rob. Everyone can have another user account, and you can do all of the goofy stuff all the non-professional stuff that you like on that account, not on the school, your main account. What, Otis?
There's no point in me even doing it then. I would rather just.
Well, we're teaching this, but
So
you can have the benefit of having another user
So,
on
And
Chrome.
it can only be a Gmail user. It can't be like, I got an email at Yahoo. No.
Okay, you set up another user, and then you have your Yahoo app in your extension and your apps.
okay, so how do we do that? So, we click on it and then we.
Well, if you want a new user, you click where it says Add New User,
Then you gotta come up with a,
and then it's going to ask you to log in. And you have to have a Gmail address to log in.
so you gotta make one.
It's better to have a Gmail address than a Yahoo address. They won't take a Yahoo address.
If you won't take a Yahoo address, I have used Yahoo for my personal stuff.
Yeah.
Why? Because 15 years ago when I set it up, or 10 years
Yeah.
ago, Yahoo seemed as good as Gmail. And now I have all of my stuff on Yahoo, and so I use it for personal.
So how do we make a new one?
You have to have a Gmail, you've got to get a new Gmail account.
You gotta make one.
Justin or someone else can help you do that. Okay, so, now, any questions in California?
We can do it later.
No, I don't.
No, Ed, we're fine.
Okay, so the next section we're going to just look at very briefly, and that is at the very bottom. It says Show Advanced Settings.
Okay. I got a question for the director.
What?
How do we set up our, so when we click on any other computer on Chrome that comes up?
You just log in. You log into Chrome. You go to another computer, you click up on the three bars, and then you sign in as you.
Okay, but on my phone, it doesn't have like the three.
Okay, your
bars.
phone is different.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about the Android devices right now.
Okay, so I can't do that on my phone.
Okay, so now, okay, here's all we're going to talk about here. Some people, eyesight is not as good as other people. And so if you click on Show Advanced Settings and then scroll down, there's a section that says,
Use web service.
no, below that it says Web Content, Font Size, Page Zoom.
Under which heading, you sir?
Okay, you have to click down at the bottom of the page, Show Advanced Settings,
Yeah,
and
mine
scroll
just
down.
says 100% page zoom and medium font size.
Okay, so some people don't see well, so Jamie might want to increase it to 120%
Then will
to make it easier to see.
And the whole page won't fit on there, will it?
Everything, no, just in Chrome.
So when you page zoom to 120, it doesn't make the page bigger.
No, you want to be the
Makes the
font
word to
size.
the right bigger, right here.
It doesn't
Well,
make the page bigger.
everything is larger.
Even the page.
Yeah, it's just zooming in, you see less, but it's bigger. Okay?
Pages.
Now, font zoom, font size is different from page zoom.
Okay.
That's why there's two different buttons.
All right, font size, large.
Okay? So font size, okay, now if you click on large, it changes.
Font size,
It
medium.
just changes the font size and the length of the, not the width of the page.
Okay,
Yeah, I
now,
don't know how I would increase it because it's saying medium here, and then it's
You,
saying.
you click that little arrow next to the medium that points down.
Yeah.
okay, wait, hold on, everybody. Just pay attention, please. Okay, now downloads, this is another thing you should have is where do your downloads go?
Okay,
That's the next
download
section.
location, mine says unassigned.
Okay, so you want to assign that, and if you have Google Drive loaded on your machine, you should assign it to Google Drive.
I have Drive up here in the little corner, so
Otherwise, have it go to your desktop. Ideally, you have your machine so it syncs what's on your machine with your Google Drive.
okay, so what do we click change, and what should we put in there?
You put desktop.
Not Drive.
Well, if you have your Drive, we only have a minute, Scott, so I can't
Okay.
go through it slowly. If you have Google Drive, you should just navigate to where your Google Drive is on your computer.
Okay.
Otherwise, click on that and have it go to your desktop. Again, you can change this at any time. But what you want to do is, when you download stuff, you want it to all go to the same spot, and then you want to put it on your drive.
Yeah.
Because then it doesn't matter which machine you have, all of your stuff goes with you. Okay, now we're going to go do one other thing that we did not do yesterday. And that is that Otis is going to, our other new student, Otis is going to come up and introduce himself. He wasn't quite ready yesterday. Okay?
So we should download it to our desktop.
Download it to your desktop. We'll pick up with this tomorrow. Come on up, Otis.
I'm gonna take my walking.
Okay, so there's the camera. There you can see yourself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so everyone, this is Otis.
Oh, hi. My name's Otis.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm originally from Gary, Indiana.
Okay, Otis is originally from Gary, Indiana. Anybody else ever been to Indiana?
Yeah, it stinks.
In what way?
That's so how it smells in Indiana.
It smells like
Pollution.
The whole state? Okay.
Like Pittsburgh.
Okay, and how long have you been here?
I grew up out here in Las Vegas, came out here when I was 8.
Okay. And you came to us through Hero School?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, thank you, Otis.
Thank you.
And welcome to the school. Okay, so we're going to pick up tomorrow where we left off today. I think Rob is going to be doing the class tomorrow because I have to be at a thing with Workforce Connections in Las Vegas. So that's what we're going to do, and thank you, everyone, and we'll pick up tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.